All right,
Title
here we are, episode 19 of Feeding the Trolls podcast with Chase Games and, of course,
Good old Kage DQT here, who's very surprised they took care of those cheaters quickly.
yeah, I think there was one really obvious score on the Zoma attack, right? At least,
There was like a 600,000 K, and
yeah,
and JP got maybe like upper three. So they didn't even try.
yeah. But yeah, and then I don't know, was that all the score attack, or were some from RTA?
There was rumors that there was cheating in RTA as well, but
Mm.
I mean, maybe they got those
It's
people, maybe they didn't.
it's hard to tell because depending on who you are, if you're going against a whale, they're gonna run you over anyway. So
Right, but one guy was saying that he went up against a solo nightclubber that had infinite health and
oh,
just
okay.
wrecked his team. So there was like some shit I wish he got video recorded.
Yeah, because it's fairly easy to do now. So,
Yeah,
but I mean,
especially
if you don't think about it, you're not going to do it. And
no, if you don't have the instinct to hit a record button, you're not going to catch it.
it wasn't cheating, but I know I had a thing the other day where I went against the same guy 3 times, and I don't think it was the most ridiculous team, but he was using Diamond Slime, which I'm absolutely not equipped to take down, and my setup is not as far advanced as it could be. So I literally couldn't do a thing to it, so I quit. And then I go back, and it's the same guy again. And then I go back, and it's the same fucking guy again. I'm like, God fucking damn it. Because,
So you lost the same guy 3
yeah,
times.
like, you're not supposed to have to do that, so it's like, we're only waiting 4 or 5 seconds a match, which, who of us thought matchmaking would be quick in this system? We expected it to be shitty, I'm sure. I will wait 10 seconds for a match. Like, don't give me the same guy twice in a row. You know, if I'm at the 30-second mark, sure, give me the same guy again, but
Yeah, people seem to think that cheating in games online is like a cool thing nowadays, and those people can go to all fucking hell.
mhm. It's sad, especially since there's no rewards right now anyway. I don't know.
Right, and if he was a smart cheater, he would have probably waited to the end and then just snuck it in there, a day before.
Mm. Yeah, and keep it reasonable too. Like if we're talking about the scores, yeah. Um, but anyway, so how's your luck been with the anniversary?
So I at least didn't get fucked like some of you people. I mean, I got an extra awakening on Nira, and I got an A rank Shogun slime for the last pull, which I'm not really going to do much with either of them, but at
Oh,
least
the
it
free
wasn't like a
multis, yeah.
general pool. Yeah, and then
Oh,
I've still got to wait to get the last 3.
you probably saw what I put in my main thread today. That yeah, I tagged Malcolm. I'm like, come on, dude. I just got the guarantee for me was Great Dragon.
Yeah, you got fucked.
They have what, like, we all know they can change what is in that guaranteed pool for the very last ticket. Like, it's already disappointing enough. Like, that's supposed to be an exciting banner, so getting the OG general pool anywhere in it is really disappointing. But especially for the last ticket, where it's like a concession, like, yes, we know that some players get fucked on 10 multis in a row, so here we'll make sure that you get one good thing out of it. Just make it a Dark Lord hero guarantee. That's it. You know, I
And I've
wouldn't
done
have,
that before.
yeah, I wouldn't have even been upset if it was a Kirill. You know, but a Great Dragon after 10 days of waiting, because anybody that wants to tell me, oh, it's a free ticket, just be lucky for what you get. No, it's a, like, they built up the suspense, and it's the kind of thing that makes you want to leave. Like, I'm happy enough. I've had
Let's
enough
face
luck
it,
in
you're
the-
not going anywhere. You're like Piova at this point. You're not going anywhere.
Disappointment like that. Honestly, my guild and all of my massive YouTube fame is the only reason I'm around. After it's been shoved in my face so often that this is a painful addiction. I'm like, I really. Anyway,
I think it's funny at this point.
yeah.
Because it's like you have the option. You hate the game to an extent because they fuck people over.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you teach new people how to get sucked into the addiction, and then they get fucked over. It's a
Yeah,
pretty cool cycle.
that was exactly what I was thinking about 2 months ago. I'm like, I'm leading people down a hole towards addiction. But then again, it's not like it's the only not like it's the only gotcha game. It's a thing, you know. If you're into gotcha, you're gonna go do it somewhere
You're gonna
else.
play it
But
anyway, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, anybody who quits here, most of the time they just go to another one anyway. Like you're not really changing your lifestyle. You're just changing the game that's taking your money.
And you know what the thing is? It's the same kind of people that say, "Are you fucking crazy? I'm not going to pay $14.95 for a mobile game." The idea of paying for like a one-time cost for a mobile game is insane to people, but they'll play gotcha. I would like, dude, if there were an actual real game on mobile, I'll, yeah, please, I'll pay like console price for it. Like, give me a game that's fun. Um,
What's the same mentality with people had free to play 15, 10 years ago where people wouldn't do a subscription for $13 a month, but they would spend $300 one month in a game and
yep,
they could have gotten a whole subscription for like a year and a half if they, you know, over the course of that time. But people are stupid.
yeah, people are dumb. Um,
And their defense was, well, what if I can't always play this game? I'd be losing money.
yeah.
That
Well, well,
like
that's
why?
I played WoW for a couple years, and players would mostly outside players would complain about the sub price, and I'm like, first of all, if you play World of Warcraft, you probably don't play other video games. So $15 a month for WoW compared to console games that are going to last you, yeah, some of them last a while. A lot of console games last about a week. You paid $59.99 for it if you're, the average inpatient 22-year-old with ADHD that buys things, the minute they come out. I think you and I are probably about the same. Like, first of all, I think we like buying games on sale, so we buy stuff we don't play constantly. But there's really like maybe one or two games a year, not even every year, that's like I gotta buy that like week one. Most of the time when I do that, I don't play it for a couple months, and then I realize like, oh, this is on sale for $19.99, and I just picked it up yesterday. You know, um,
I've gotten to that point where I've scaled back. There's only been, I mean, I bought Evil Dead first day it came out. I played it for like 3 weeks, and now I don't touch the fucking thing anymore.
yeah,
And then everything else, I'm kind of been happy with the premium service on PlayStation. Like
yeah.
I'm sitting
There's good
downstairs
shit.
playing Dragon Quest Builders 2 for free, with the systems. I was like, oh, I've never played Builders before. I'll try it. It's on the setup. So,
And
you know.
there's a few things that I'm sorry, man. I'm in New York. It's a little bit chillier. Um, it was actually warm today. It was like 50. Um, there's like an in between for me too, where like especially with the deals that GameStop runs, I will often wait for something just to literally go used, just to save $5 or $10 on it. And every once in a while, I'm the annoying guy that I'll come in every like couple days or something like that. Like, hey, you got any copies of this used yet? Jason got his first.
Well, yeah, because
Diamond Song. That was
you're going to
awesome.
go through that game pretty quickly.
Shit. So anyway, I was gonna say I actually don't feel like complaining for once. I'm relatively happy with the 3.0 celebration. Do you think it's? I c- I don't know, man. If I'm going overboard, I think it's a good sign for the game's future. Because, I mean, I think we all figured it was inevitable that we were going to skip a celebration, right?
If something was going to get sandwiched in, and now I'm still thinking that Bahamut is probably our anniversary unit, which people say he's not the best, but
It's not an official designation. I mean, they're
it's not an official, but they're leaning towards something like that, or maybe they'll do something else. Maybe they'll take something right out of JP and just throw it in as the anniversary unit that they get day one over there just to
here's the.
stir the pot.
I think enough of us. First of all, the ones of us that are hopeful, the idiots that are like overly optimistic, they're total crack. They're DQT crackheads. They're not leaving for anything. And
No.
the rest of us, we all realize that the best we could hope for is a direct one-to-one copy paste. Right now it's copy and paste the shit bits. Like they cut out the good bits and give us the bad. This is the first time in a long, long, long time, I believe, that we've got the proper event and the proper celebration. And I just want them to go with it. Fuck January 27th. I don't give a fuck what we get on the anniversary date. I'm hoping that what they do is they just give us a nice login bonus and say, "Yep, you will," and then it'll be obvious that in a couple months we will share whatever JP had for their 2.5. You know, I just, yeah. Although it doesn't seem like they're going to do that, possibly because they didn't give us the 2-year coin shop. And I wonder, and I'm not joking, I wonder how much of that was because they didn't want to use the 2-year coin asset while calling it the 3.0 celebration, and they weren't willing to make a 3.0 coin asset. That's not an over exaggeration. That was an influence at the very least.
I mean, the only time they change things is when it's beneficial to them. They're not going to change something.
They've never made an in-game asset for global,
No,
no matter how easy.
no, they're not going
to
to do that. They'll cut some banners. They'll make some modifications to some things. And well, I'm actually surprised they extended the gold event we have by like a week or two. That was actually surprising as fuck. I thought for sure that was going to be coming and gone. Now it's like
the last.
I've got all the time in the world right now.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 events, what they've chosen to crunch and not crunch has. What did they not crunch recently? Did they not crunch DQ10? Was that normal pace? There was one.
I think they shaved a week off of it or something, but some of those are so long anyway that even if they did shave off a week, we wouldn't fucking know. Like the ones that last over a month.
Well, I've complained a few times with you and on my regular streams that, what celebration they put with what event matters, and they mismatch them. They mismatch them to our not to our benefit, to our detriment. Like when you want to be farming shards, and they give us triple mats campaigns and whatnot.
Yeah.
They've done that both times that we've had to farm shards, farm figs, whatever they are. But yeah, I just want us to be direct copies. Fuck you. We all know we're not getting Golden Week. Anything we've missed, just give us 1-to-1. And I'm just hopeful that maybe we can just go to 1-to-1 now. I mean, do you agree? I mean, that's the best we could hope for, right?
Yeah, because I don't expect us to get anything special. I mean, they've even come out and said they're not going to do anything, over the top for this version. And we're not the money-making version, so it makes sense.
They might give us some small part of, Golden Week or something like that as a celebration thing for the holidays. Because they're not going to give us anything from JP too early. We get features early, not content of any kind. So I mean, yeah, they might throw the Golden Week banner at us for Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, which would be nice. I don't know what they're going to do.
I want the 50 Scout. I want to get the actual 50 Scout JP got. They'll probably give actually make me feel better.
Yeah, they'll probably give that to us in early December. I don't know why I say probably. It would be reasonable for them to give us something like that in early December or something like that.
Because at least then it could be like, well, okay, you gave us the baby one back then. Now you're going to give us the better one. So then our version technically got 250 Scouts for 3K gems. That's a plus up that JP never got. I would take that. Will they do that? I don't know, but I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. So what did you pull? What have you done? You are still Erdrickless, right?
I haven't even fucked with the banner yet because I still got to do 3K more to finish out the special banner. I'll get the 3 guaranteed S units and hope to God it's not some generic pool bullshit because I don't need anything out of the generic pool.
Well, there's no general pool there. In fact, they don't.
Thank God.
They don't. The 29 units that are now in the general pool, so including the stuff they added up to Barbados rather. That's 29 units now. They're not in there at all. Now, the free tickets they were, which is somewhat fair, although, like I said, they could have safeguarded the guaranteed slot. But yeah, no, there's really... the only losses are the oldest stuff that's blossomed, basically. So, or anything that you have capped, obviously. But, I I wouldn't say it's too exciting to pull the Dragon Lord units anymore, even though they're useful. Kirill is your big loss. Like, Kirill, Paranel. There's really just not many losses in the pool for the celebration.
I mean, if I pull anything old world, I'm kind of fucked because most of that's maxed already. So I'm hoping to at least get something new, or maybe get like normal Corvus or Diamond Slime, something. But
Well, it's only the old heroes and Dark Lords that you have to worry about because all the old stuff is in the general pool now, except for Dark Lords and heroes. So
right,
yeah, DQ3 and DQ4 stuff are out. You stopped whaling after DQ4, right? Or did you make it up to 5?
I think I made it past 4. But I mean, if I get like an S-Dark or Zorro, I'm gonna be upset. Like a normal green
Yeah.
one.
I know you were out of
Those
the
are maxed.
I don't know if you went full free to play or not, but I know I know you were done being number 1 by the 6 months. So
Yeah, I scaled back to just spending like $100 every 2 weeks.
was it a realization, or did your wife beat the shit out of you?
Realization, and almost got the shit beat out of me.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
That plus, what happened was my cat got really sick. He had kidney failure, and we spent like $3,000 on it. And I was like, man, it's a good thing we had extra fucking money, to cover it. But I could have literally have had my cat die because of fucking gotcha if we didn't have the money. So that was kind of the realization.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Bring your I don't know why I'm pointing at your face. Your shelf behind you got the die units. Are those the figure art ones?
Yeah, those are the pop ones. Those are the figure ones. The ones got pop, casting his little spell, and then there's Die with his hero sword, which the anime ended tonight, by the way. They finally finished it up.
I heard that was what I wanted to ask, like, I mean, how much were those things? Aren't those things like $80-$90 a piece, or were they not that
They were like $50 a pop.
Yeah, see,
40,
that's whenever I see Dragon Quest figures, I mean, I don't
they're
like
expensive.
Yeah, it's like they're always ludicrous.
But I never see them, so I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'll spend a little extra on them.
If I found DQ characters that I liked for 50, I probably would have bought them. Yeah. But I know that
But you can't find those.
The 11 figures go for like 80, 90, 100 plus for the figure art sets. So, yeah, it's just nuts.
I don't even see those out here. Like, and I'm in Vegas. There's lots of manga, anime shops.
Oh, dude, you got to buy that stuff on. Look, I appreciate local shops and whatnot, and some of it is cost of doing business, but some of it is like they just overcharge. There's one place around here that I started to feel like an asshole. I'm like, of course these guys have to charge more. Like, sometimes you have to pay another 10-20% to support a brick and mortar. And then I looked at, like, they had like the pink Ranger helmet that I have I've had behind me, and they were charging $200 for it, and it's still retailing currently at GameStop for $100. In fact, they just went on clearance for 50.
Oh, so they're assholes.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're just assholes overcharging. And I actually brought that up to a kid working at GameStop. He's like, oh no, those guys are scumbags. They come in here all the time looking for deals, and then they just put them on their own shelf, double retail. So, yeah. But what's crazy is how many kids will just go in and like a fucking nerd that hasn't heard of the internet,
Well, they don't know any better, and they don't know how to fucking price check. I mean, if it's something rare, those shops, I'm going there to find something that I'm not going to find like on the internet, or something that's really uncommon. And, like Pops now is really big. There's a really big Pop shop. I went in there, and there was like, they had some crazy Dragon Ball ones. They had like a cool Jiren one. They had like a super big Shenron and all this other shit. And I'm like, they want some fucking expensive money for this stuff. They want like $100 for it.
Oh yeah. That's the Pops I don't understand. Like, I know they're supposed to be collectibles, but yeah, every once in a while you get one. It's like, oh, it's $100 old because it was at Comic-Con or something. I don't know.
No, yeah, there's ones where they only did like a limited run, like Goku Black Rose. He was like a special edition that was only for a little while. So I mean, but I took him out of the box. I didn't fucking care. I wanted to display him.
Yeah.
him I took out of the box. I'm like, nope.
I never take mine out of the box, but like I said, half of mine I've crushed a couple of them. But
Jesus Christ, how the fuck do you crush Pops?
Because I get them on online and they sit in the box, and then I put something else on top of it.
You put another pop box on top of it. That's what you're supposed to
No,
do. That's how they stack.
I put it on like some pile of crap, and then another pile of crap gets put on top of it.
Well, you're a hoarder.
Yeah, basically. Um, oh shit. So all right. So did you do any of the 48s?
Nah, I can't. I'm like
Yeah.
locked between this and Octo. I can't spend anything extra. I gotta wait until I get paid again, and then I'll probably put all that into Erdrick.
So besides what I've been, well, okay, well that kind of answers that. Well, Erdrick might be. You know what, man? Honestly, Erdrick, if you're thinking about PvP and arena and stuff like that, Awaken 1 Erdrick fucking sucks. He fucking sucks. If you're
You need
about,
Awaken 3.
Yeah, if you're talking about like PvP, especially against people and stuff, against the RTA 1 Awaken Sara or Erdrick sucks. Depending on your team, if you're gonna go full defense, sure. But there's a lot of other things that you can do with full defense. Dude, I'm not saying he's bad, but like RTA was disappointed. GVG, he's still gonna get one shot like by a lot of things.
Well, I mean, people watched the stream I did day one. I was actually killing Erdricks with like Hybrid and shit.
Yeah,
like doing some real damage to them and finishing them up afterwards. And
yeah, Sorrow
the low Awakens couldn't even one-shot Hybrid. I mean, the Max Awaken Erdrick was great. I mean, he just fucking rolled over everybody, but, you know.
Because he benefits from that agility a lot. Those are all obviously more stats. The more stats you have, the more they stack every turn with those stacking buffs. That's obvious, but that's why units like, Nocturnus and Sorrow, more than other units, when they get that second, third, fourth Awakening, you're like, oh, this guy's hitting a lot harder. Because he's double dipping on his increases, basically. But yeah, Erdrick at 1 Awaken, look, he's good. I'm not trying to, oh my god, Chase Games is trying to say, I know I said that he sucks. In RTA, if you're going for agility, he sucks. And that's all I did. And anybody that wants to tell me how great they did in RTA and not being a whale and whatnot, no, I didn't plan my team 6 months in advance. So, fuck off.
I did.
Yeah?
I told you I was going to use Hybrid, and I fucking used Hybrid.
I saw that you used him. I didn't know that was your plan. He wasn't terrible in there. I don't know. What was your win rate near the end when you got to Platinum?
Oh, let me
Because I think
see.
I ended with like a 20-25% win rate.
I'm going to look real quick. I'm curious here. Because I stopped after I got Platinum 5. There was no point to go on anymore. Like, I'm sure some of you guys like to keep going, but it's kind of silly.
So anyway, what I was going to get at before when we were talking about Erdrick, are you putting any more into saving for anniversaries instead of chasing stuff?
I mean, I'm probably going to chase Zenlong, and then that's it. Like, that's the only other one, and then I'll just
So are you going to try your luck and then spend at the end if you have to?
You damn well know that's what's going to fucking happen.
You buying metal cards?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm not going to chase Zenlong with gems. Especially, I realize I don't have Dimension Dragon, I don't have Forest Dragon, I don't have Graynarl, I don't have Barbarous. So I think Zenlong's still going to be amazing, but it's like, oh, I don't actually have one other good dragon other than Dimension Dragon. Of course, I have Great Dragon, but yeah, no, I bought the metal card last week, so I'll go. When he's live, I'll have 29,500 tact points. And I'll probably buy the next metal card if I don't have him. Because, he's going to be up for 2 months. He's gone 12/21, I think. So, I'll do the paid ones only in the metal cards until I get them, if I get them. And,
I did a single pull, got an S rank, and it turned out to be Hell Gladiator. God, I love that.
Oh, nice. It's funny. We remember him being good for a while, but it was really...
Well, they nerfed him.
It was really just a blink at the beginning of the game. I think by, DQ4, they corrected that. Zoma was the last boss, and he had some protection against poison. I can't remember. Or did he not have any at all?
I don't think any of them had any real protection early on, and then they started seeing what was going on with El Gladiator.
Yeah. Because I think Sorrow the Manslayer, just literally you couldn't poison him, right? Or was it just a bad strat? I don't remember.
I think it was a bad strat with him because of how he could just walk up and just wreck things. I think the strat for him was to just use what was it? Use like Elena on him if she was out back then. I forget now.
Yeah,
It's been so
Elena was the first unit in DQ4. Yeah, Elena, Kirill, and Manslayer.
yeah, she was the go-to.
Yeah, and I had her to awaken, but I didn't orb her. My God, orbs were rare back then.
I mean, I used to buy them.
Oh, and that's because because she came like the minute they did rank 6, right? Were they the same day or damn close?
Yeah, Pac's right. There was one where if you poisoned them, they would get healed. I just don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, that I don't remember because there was a small evolution is an overstatement, but they tried one or two things before just giving them perks that said you can't poison them.
I think it was Orochi. I think it was him.
No, Orochi was a weird thing because poisoning still was the best strat for him.
Even with the
healed
counter
it before turn 10. But then he would also go psycho after round 10 or something like that. I don't remember.
Right, you had to like have like a tank strategy, get the poison up at like turn 9, let him heal at turn 10, and then just try and turtle. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because his ads were stupid strong. So that's why you had to wait for poison, basically. And then you couldn't touch him either.
No, you had to just let him do his thing, otherwise you would have gotten killed.
Yeah. Oh, good times.
I don't have to deal with that anymore.
But yeah, so I can't remember if I did it last week. So I'll talk about my luck in the celebration if you don't mind. Keep calling it anniversary. It's not really the anniversary. Yeah, so I got lucky on my 3.0 gem pulls right away. I think I got one or two decent things with the free tickets, but not much. I never have luck with those. But I took 2 risks with the 48. I managed to have enough gems to do 2 48 pulls up to the second stamp. So I pulled Sorrow in my very first 3.0 gem multi to get him to 2 hearts. And then I did his 48 and I got him on the second stamp. So that's a huge win. 3 heart Sorrow is nice. And then Corvus and Gem Slime. I would have rather had Fallen Angel Corvus, but I really didn't want Mortigan. So... Or no,
Fallen Angel Corvus Diamond Slime. Pretty good still.
Yeah, sorry, regular Corvus was Diamond Slime, so...
Yeah.
I would have rather gotten Diamond Slime than Corvus, but yeah, I got 2 copies of Corvus, taking them from 1 to 3 awakens, so... That was another big win. I got really lucky on the 48s. Those are all the 48s I was able to do. I still have 2 pulls left on that myself. The 3.0 gem banner. So
I got a lot of money out of you.
No, I bought 2 packs, I think, for paid ones for paid stuff.
So they got about 160 out of you during this whole thing. That's not too bad.
Yep, exactly. It's just yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I make my fat stacks on YouTube, so that's what I use as my.
So they got 140 out of you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got some new stuff. I wish I'd gotten another Diamond Slime so that I could get it up to 3. I got 1 Diamond Slime somewhere, so I didn't have to spend fragments on them. I guess that would be the biggest win, is if I get the second heart, I'll spend my slime frags on his 3rd awaken.
That's his counterattack, right?
Yeah, that lets him counter. Oh, so do you want to talk about... Have you looked at the DQ7 blossoms yourself?
A little bit, and then, let's see, my win rate was about 50%.
No, overall. No, fuck you, it wasn't. No way.
At platinum level, it was. Getting there, not so much. Getting there, I took a lot more losses.
All right, well, good for you, man. Fuck.
But if I kept going, it probably would have been a lot worse in platinum. Would have got my ass kicked. I knew the back the fuck out of that shit.
So I watched like a minute of Japanese gameplay footage because it just popped up on my YouTube, and I'm like, all right, let's take a look at it. And I think I've been going back and forth on whether or not I think Orgodamir is going to be really strong. Mm-hmm. And I think I went back to it. First of all, Jacob in here, blame Jacob. That son of a bitch took the time to actually make a a post on the Reddit with the translations, but they were slightly wrong. So I thought that he was going to have um, an occasional chance to charm on all of his attacks, but it's only a. It turns out it's a very rare chance, so it's 10%.
Oh, so Jacob doesn't know how to read, is what you're telling me.
Nah, the even the database says rare when it's actually very rare, so it definitely can happen. Um, but anywho, what I really didn't think about much was the fact that he has an occasional chance to counterattack with his new Blossom ability, which, well, is that so? His new Blossom ability is called Devil Suction. It's range 2 to 4. All right, this guy has movement 3 already. I'm just gonna. You can see his stats here at Awaken 1. Yeah, inflicts a large amount of typeless spell damage on one enemy, recovers 100% of the damage inflicted on your HP. Okay. So he also has a 40% chance to counter anything range 2 to 4 that attacks him with that. And here's the thing. So on offense, this guy might not be reliable enough. He will be useful. I mean, he's 65 points, remember. But as far as GVG defense, though, a 40% chance to counter with an ability that strong, that's pretty nice. Because I saw, so this is why I mentioned the Japanese gameplay. His unit at Max Awaken responded for 845. Now that
Jesus Christ.
Now that was in one of the versus event stages, so that's not in arena. So you're going to take 30% off of that. I don't know about leader skill. Although remember, when you're using an ability like this as a counterattack, it's always ability level 0. So your ability level doesn't negate that. But so you're looking at 500 damage in arena in GVG as a counterattack, and he heals 100% of that damage. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you recall, if you looked at this guy yourself, he gets Indomitable Spirit, whatever they're going to call it for him. He already base has a heal back to full the first time he drops below 20%. So with very few, look, this guy doesn't have the HP to say that you're never going to one-shot him. Although his weaknesses are crack and bang, so there's not a whole lot of crack right now. And bang goes either way because things are...
I've got him at S7, level 120, and he's got about 700 HP. So,
yeah.
I'm sure we could get him up to like 1,000 at S8 and a couple of awakenings, no problem.
So, Awaken 1 with the Blossom nodes, he's going to be 1,009 HP. Around Master Rank 37, which, if you've got a lot of boss units, you might have more by then because fucking everything coming out is a boss unit. Dark Lord type. So you might be closer to 40. It's not really a big difference, though. And then remember, besides the fact that he's going to be attacking, it's not really a big thing, but that very rare chance to charm at 10%, that's not nothing. So he can be counterattacking with a 10% chance to charm too. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be really hard to one-shot this guy. So you're taking.
So he heals, has a CC capability, has a counterattack.
Yeah, and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so if he does counterattack, he might be healing himself up to almost full too. So this guy's going to be he could be really hard to take out. It depends on what the team. If you're doing a bunch of attacks that are going to do like half of his HP.
If you pair him up with like Bianca or even like Seraphy or something, and then, he gets hit, she heals him, he hits, he gets healed. Yep. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So he might be really strong. And like I said, this is a counterattack. It's a 40% chance. So maybe on offense, it's not going to be great. But as far as your GVG team, where I think your best chance in GVG is to kind of, on defense, is to take some chances, because the opponent always has the advantage in GVG offense, against your defense team. So you got to go for chances. That's why Queen Slime is great. If you charm one of their units, that increases your odds of winning significantly. So generally the proc chances get you wins, I think, at least at casual levels. I don't know about big dogs, but he even has with that ability that heals him back to full, he's got a 20% damage increase if he's at 100% HP. So, um, not broken, but that's nice. His agility is pretty crappy. It's 389 at Awakening 1. Um, Max is 459. So, um, depending on your strategy, you probably want to
Yeah,
put
he's
some.
not an RTA unit. He's more for
Yeah,
GVG and other things. You're not going to see him in an actual RTA situation.
yeah. Depending on your strat, there, it looks like guys like myself may have to employ some kind of defense strategy in RTA. But I think we're gonna have to see what RTA actually looks like when the whales actually get to their own fucking tiers, and us scrubs can hang in the middle. But I'll tell you, man, like you can say, oh, you need to play in your team better. Like my team's not brilliant, but like I spend too much money in this game to be run over that fucking much.
Apparently,
Like
he didn't spend enough money.
this game does not reward light whales. Because in this
And
game, you can't really be
people
a
telling
dolphin.
you to plan your team better. You don't know what you're going up against every time. You could plan your
Yeah,
team perfectly and win one match, and then next match get fucking dogpiled by somebody who's got
like
your exact counter.
a 20% win rate is pretty shitty. Um, but anyway,
Yeah,
I
I
got
don't
to
know you.
plat 5. I made plat 5 by 2 points, I think. Something like that. And I'm like, I'm fucking done. That's it. I don't think you can drop from plat 5 back to gold, but fuck it. Why
You
bother?
started losing like 30 points at Plat 5 if you lose, maybe even more. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm cool.
I
You
know
kids
that
go have fun.
I heard that you could lose levels in gold, but I wouldn't imagine you can go back a whole
I don't think you
medal.
can. I think you could only lose like, let's say you're, gold 1, you can go back to gold 2.
Yeah, I know that you can do that. People told me it happened to them, but yeah, I doubt you can go from plat back to gold. So, but I didn't want to find out because they are pretty stupid. So,
And then you got like drug addicts. I'm looking over here now. This one guy, AW Element, the guy who, took your account, he's at 28K points
yeah.
with Nibs' account. Like, okay, I'm guessing he just uses an auto clicker and just fucking does RTA.
So, you want to talk
That's
about Maribel now?
Yeah. Let's take a look at her.
Okay. All right, so
Ogdemir's the one that with the most interest for me because I actually fucking have him. He's only Waken 0, but
Maribel's interesting. This is another one that is likely not for RTA. So you could see her ability. It has range like Veronica. You could see you don't need the central target here, so that adds to the range quite a bit. But inflicts heavy frizz and whoosh spell damage to all enemies within range, so that's nice. This is a bit like the Sage, and it's less attack area than the Sage, but it's ranged. So the Sage is the 3x3 area directly in front of her. So sometimes it's going to be better than that. Her base perk is already that she raises her spell potency by 10% each time she uses a spell. So it only lasts for one turn, but I would imagine that this stacks. So as long as you keep attacking, it'll go to 1, 2, 3 stacks. Awaken 1 is spell tricks. Obviously, there's nothing else on her. All of her other things are... her 3rd and 5th Awakening do increase spell potency by 5%. Obviously, she's getting 5% wisdom, and she's getting 5% to her new and old main ability. So she's getting more than most spellcasters from her awakenings, so that's nice. And then once we get down to her Blossom, let me slide this over a little bit. Her new thing increases spell power and recovery power for one turn when you attack with a spell. So according to the database, these are the same kind of potency increase.
mm-hmm. They just
But
stack.
but while her character potency, her character gives 10, this one, Domineering Lady, is actually 15. So they will stack separately. So yeah, she'll be getting 25% additional spell potency each turn, stacking. So
The extra
25,
agility
50,
is
and
good
then
too.
75. Yeah. So her agility isn't great. She is going to, Emimoto's daughter at the start of battle greatly increases defense and defense and agility for 3 turns. I'm pretty sure this is defense. I know I checked the last time.
I think it is since it's durability. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, they call it power sometimes too. There's so the translation with the stats is always weird. So she gets an extra 50% defense and an extra 40% agility. So let's just look at her here. We'll say 35 for family rank. So at Awakening 1, 367 agility. If you add 40% onto that, that's what is that? That's another 130 on that. So she's a hair under 500 just at Awakening 1, no equipment. Or no, is it more? No, it's over 500. Yeah, you're looking at almost 520, I think. And then her defense is going to get a 50% buff, so that'll be about 450, which isn't great, but it's good. 450 is good range on defense. You know how little that matters. So, I think this is probably going to be. She's probably going to be a beast more for PvE stuff. But there's another little thing too, and I don't know if little is the correct thing. She's got something called Abby Promise. The first time she drops below half HP, your entire party gets a one-time 30% damage increase. For her, it lasts for 2 turns, apparently. So that is quite a damage increase.
That's different.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and that's a fucking huge area effect rhombus there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a 3x3, 3 tile rhombus area around her. So, yeah, so pretty neat. And remember, you know what? It might not matter. Remember that she is the original spell that goes through shields ability. So she's got a much shittier version of Sorrow's Crimson Cuts Firebird. But she's got that. Although keep in mind, this is also, this is going to get built up too. So she's got Frizz and Whoosh spells that if you've got some time to stack them up, they're going to do a lot of damage.
Frizz Force and Jameer would be very, very beneficial for her.
I think, there's not much you can do about it, but her Awakenings are going to see a lot of variance too, because, she's double dipping on her stat increases a lot. So, yeah. And then, I'm actually more excited for this guy. We'll talk about, Ruff. It's probably one of the less exciting ones, but I think this is a dude you're going to see a lot in RTA, and there's a bit of variance with him because he's going to rely on crits. Maybe not rely is the right word, but there's going to be crits. So, his new ability, this is another one. Goddamn Jacob said that this attack was going to be typeless. It turns out it's Whoosh. So obviously that makes it situational in a sense, but I'd rather have it be Whoosh than typeless. So 140% physical damage to all enemies within range twice, and moves up to 4 squares. So this is like Trailblazer. For those of you that don't remember, Trailblazer on Elena is 250% potency, I believe. So this is a bit stronger, and it can occasionally lower defense. You can see here, this is definitely defense. They call it power. So there's all different kinds of terms through the translation for defense. And then his base perk, he's got a 10% physical potency and crit rate plus 5%. So there's 5% extra crit. Let's roll down to his talent blossoms. He gets another physical crit hit rate up 10%. Another one for physical attribute, just 20% physical potency. So he's got a 15% increased crit rate on top of whatever natural is. And that attack is hitting twice. And then, his initial kit, this guy's looking at 465 agility, just at Awaken 1. He already has where he starts with one stack of attack and agility up. So that's another 20% agility at 465. So you're looking at about another 90 something agility on there. So 550 agility, turn 1, Awakening 1. And a 15% extra on attack. So that's going to be really good. And then that already sounds pretty good, right? Not flashy, but really good. He has an occasional follow-up for all of your allies' attacks, including his own, for a new ability called, I don't know, Wolf something. Um, so there's a 40% chance for him to follow up range 1 or 2 with Wolf Attack that is 265% potency hits that have a rarer chance to lower defense, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, a rare chance for defense down. Keep in mind, this is This is likely going to follow things that he may have already lowered defense on. So, or is it range
So
one
he
to?
could literally have like 2 or 3 stacks of defense down on
Oh, sorry.
somebody when he's
Yeah,
done.
it's range 1 to 3, not 1 to 2. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to in PvP lowering defense isn't that big, but this being a follow up for something that you may have already lowered the defense on, that's a nice thing. So, yeah, 265% potency hits is not big, but that's easily another 100 to 200 damage. And keep in mind, this guy has a 15% increased crit rate. So, yeah, that's pretty damn good. So yeah, not the flashiest, but with his high agility and high stats, I'm gonna be blossoming this guy right away.
I wish I had more awakenings on him, to be honest.
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at before with the value in saving for celebrations and the fact that there's really not a whole lot of bad things to pull in that pool. Basically like the Dragon Lords. Obviously, Kirill is a whiff. He's always been a whiff, but anything that you get that isn't blossomed right now, you're like, oh, that sucks. I got Manslayer. I got something from DQ7. During the 1.5, how disappointed would you be if you pulled Hargan? Hargan's fucking amazing to have right now. So, yeah, the DQ7 blossoms are one of the biggest things you could hope for. I don't think I got any this anniversary, but they're all useful. I think they're going to be useful in different modes. But, yeah, I really want Rough. And another thing I've been bringing up is what do we have for whoosh damage right now? I know you've got Jamiris, but I think it's fair to say that Jamiris is a whale unit right now. Normal players probably weren't able or shouldn't able. I mean, I don't know if I'd choose Jamiris over Erdrick, even though I am not super happy with my Erdrick at 1 Awake, and I know he'll be able to do some cool things in PvE. So there's Jamiris.
From what you're telling me, Jamiris is a better One Awakened unit than Erdrick, because at least I can agility up the team. You get Whoosh Force with Jamiris 1. He's got the agility, which a lot of times in Arena, I'll just have my team hang back, let him buff everybody's agility, and then go in turn 2 gangbusters.
Pack is saying Forest Dragon in Corvus. I don't know what kind of dragon. Those.
Oh, that's true.
Those are regular both slow Corvus. As hell, though.
Corvus regular Corvus is Whoosh, and so is Slyneheart, but he gets...
Slyneheart's out of the game for now. I can't wait for Slyneheart's Blossom. Yeah. I don't know why I think it's because Slyneheart is still actually useful. Not in anything against other players. You pretty much have to have a cover tank to use Slyneheart right now. But yeah. I don't know. If you want fast whoosh, there's really nothing. And I was just going to say that like Erdrick has a very strong whoosh attack. But it's range 2 on it, and he's only movement 3. So sometimes if you're bringing him to take out one important thing in Arena that's weak to whoosh, it's not a 100% chance that Erdrick rather is going to be able to hit it. Oh yeah, another thing about Ruff's initial kit that is good not to remember, his coup de grace is usable on turn 1. It's a 360% potency physical hit, whoosh. So that's nothing to forget about. So, yeah, he's already got, his Lupine Gust attack it's a small fan, so more often than not you're going to want to use the new attack, but it does have a slightly different range on it, You'll be able to hit things with Lupine Gust that you probably couldn't with Super Combination Attack, depending on the terrain. So yeah, this guy's gonna be awesome. But yeah, if you want fast, if you want high agility, blitz, whoosh, this is gonna be the only option, So.
Right, if you don't have Jamiris, he's the only option. Just look at his agility. Let me look at Jamiris.
I'll tell you, if I get Zenlon early, I'm still gonna chase Jamiris. Yeah.
Well, I would. I would if I were you.
Yeah, but only with tact points. Can't do it with gems. literally everything coming out is busted. So, so let me see. What do you think about do you want to any? Do you have any comments on the DQ7 stuff or?
I mean, aside from please give me Ogdemir's Blossom now, not really, because I mean
Was it the
we're
counterattack
still.
that got you?
It was the fact that I fucking have him, and he's a Dark Lord, and he gets a Blossom.
Yeah.
You know, that's what does it for me. Everything else is just extra, because I mean, he never really got too much time in the sun. That guy.
Oh, literally nobody liked him at all right from the
No, he
start.
never got used. I mean, I had a copy of him, and I
What did
ranked
you?
him up a bit.
What awakening did you say yours was at?
0. It's just I have a copy of him. I
Oh,
got
okay.
him off of Tact tickets. So I was like, oh, yay, free.
My
I never pulled on him.
my original excitement with him was because once again that son of a bitch Jacob said that he had an occasional chance to charm on his attacks. So I don't know if you remember Nadirian Flames. He has a major for his breath type fan attack already. That rarely raises damage taken for 3 turns. That's so insignificant. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, but yeah, I thought he was going to have a major frizz large fan attack rather that had a 40% chance to confuse on it or charm.
You got his hopes up, Jacob. You're a bad man.
Yeah. Although, you know what? I mean, this guy is, in a way, he's going to... It makes him a little better against Diamond Slime. You know, you take, 2, 3, 4, 20% chances at charm. Not bad.
That'd definitely fuck Diamond Slime over.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember. I think my Godemir is unawakened too. You know, he's only been in 2 celebration pools so far, and nobody went for him. Obviously,
No, nobody went for him. I think they went for the other version, the demon version.
Yeah. DKO was like I remember a few players were saying like, yeah, he's going to be good and he's going to be defensive. He wasn't that defensive.
No, I mean Rapthorn's defensive, but not him.
I chased a copy on him. I feel so stupid now. I spent gems. I spent money chasing a copy. But I was really addicted. That was when I was in the truck making pretty good money. So I was like, yeah, let's just go get a copy of this guy. And then, ugh. So
the game appreciates your support, Chase.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. What else? So how do you feel about RTA?
Right now it's just a fucking bottleneck where everybody and their mom is now at the same pace, assuming you got Plat 5 and you're stuck fighting against people who spend thousands of dollars and can just auto you.
Yeah.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks right now.
Yeah, I wish, like, if it's going to be... There's literally no balance against whales. There's no concession to low to play or free to play or anybody... Really, there's no difference between being free to play and a whale in this, basically. Oh, you spend hundreds of dollars a month to get a copy of everything? Doesn't matter. Fuck you. If you didn't take the chance, if you didn't spend $1,000 on the right meta units, your box doesn't matter. The amount of players that are going to want to have the Awaken +1 on meta units. Oh my god. I mean, it's now that we finally have live PV, like in a sense, real PvP, player against player. If you want to compete against the other whales, you have to have +1 to +5 Awaken Plus on agility. You have to. And this is also assuming, I mean, the amount of gold that they're going to have players spending, which is another valuable resource that players will spend real money on. You're going to have perfect weapon agility rolls now. You have to.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because if the other guy's the other guy's CGM, honestly, CGM is a thing. Anybody that happened to get +1 on their CGM could be king of RTA. Oh my god, dude.
I'm happy I got him the 3 Awakening. I'm really happy now because he came in clutch.
Is CGM still alive? CGM just went away, I think.
I think he's gone now.
Yeah, I think he left really recently. Maybe at the beginning. It must have been the beginning of the event. if they made a CGM revive banner right now, I've already, I bet they would see players summoning him for 1 or 5 more copies. And I think you and I both know that that's no exaggeration. Maybe it wouldn't be a lot of people, but anybody that really cares about RTA that's willing to spend as much money as it takes, they would they would do it.
So to get him to be able to go first over everybody else, so you can just walk in there.
Yeah, I think if you were to pick a whole team, the if you needed one unit to go before your opponent's version, it's definitely CGM. He is the you roll the dice the first time CGM goes. If you confuse 2 units, you just won. CGM is the best unit in RTA. You used one, didn't you?
Yeah, I was using him in hybrid. So I had CGM on one end who would just go in and do his breath. I had hybrid who would run in before everybody else and do his breath and block people from coming down with like king slimes or queen slimes and just create havoc, where they had to, if they didn't take hybrid out, they were going to get hit again next turn, even with like agility stackings, because my hybrid had like 734 agility. Good luck topping that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, no, if your CGM goes before your opponents, that's such a big deal. So, yeah, but yeah, no, I think you're gonna see a lot of the biggest whales. You're gonna notice +1 on the brand new units. It's fucking hilarious.
It wouldn't surprise me if Game Vision goes for 5 awakens on all of his new spotlight units.
But hey man, Pack, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for Trop, but you guys literally planned your RTA team last year, so I don't really care. But yeah. Oh well, I guess I'll have to finish leveling my Rose Garden. Apparently he can be useful.
Yeah, I mean I've shredded him, but some people use him to some success.
But like I said, just agility blitz might work when you just aren't against whales. I don't know. We'll find out. I think the real RTA landscape is going to look a lot different.
Well, there's going to be another map for the second part, so we'll see what the new map layout looks like.
Yeah. What else do we have? RTA 3.0. We talk about the crunch being over. You happy about that?
Yeah, crunch is over. No, because I like content.
Yeah,
I like content.
Yeah, it feels slow now. I'm not going to. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is what it is now. At most, we could see a little bit more crunch if they want to catch us up closer. But we're 3 months behind now.
It's nice that I don't have to worry about the units I want now. I mean, I've got the new S rank Max Awakened, and I'm starting to Awakening plus him to get some extra agility on Hood. So it's like, sure, why not?
A new unit every 2 weeks feels a lot better than a new one literally every week. But yeah, so you're still gonna be chasing whatever you want. Like you're not gonna save
Pretty
for
much.
celebrations. I mean, you didn't hate missing all the 48-hour banners.
I missed them all last time. Didn't bother me.
Like you don't feel like you got caught with your pants down?
No.
No? Because I'll tell, dude.
Because what happened to me last time is the same thing that happened this time. I went into the free banners and I got a bunch of stuff that I would have gotten if I chased like the Bride banner, if I chased some of the other banners. Like I got copies of Bianca, Nira, and Deborah from the free shit. So it's just like
she's not a demon that turns things to stone with her spit.
Don't care.
Deborah.
Deborah. Deborah. Nope.
Oh my
you
God.
already know where I'm going.
It just sounds like, oh my, that's gonna be like the new white chick thing. Oh, hi Deborah. It's actually Deborah.
Yes, Deborah from the Demon Realm.
Thank you. I hate when people mess my name up. Anyway, nah, dude, fuck it. I mean, I'm tired of not being able to, like, if you're chasing these single units, you lose so much in the anniversaries, dude. So much. I mean,
but a lot of those units don't mean jack shit, though, for the time being. I mean, the only one that really mattered was CGM and Jamiris. If I had saved for the fucking 48-hour banners, I wouldn't have gotten Platinum 5 in a decent amount of time without those 2 units. the bargain bin units for fucking the 48-hour banner wasn't going to help me get my RTA levels up.
Well, here's like okay, let's talk about something like Fallen Angel Corvus. He was on the 48s. Like, if you had to spend 45 gems or 45,000 gems for him when he came out, I mean, imagine instead you spent 15,000 gems and you're probably going to get him on his 48 along with a bunch of other crap. Like,
but when did he come out again? Like July?
Yeah, he was our stand-in celebration unit for the 1.5.
So I mean, I got to use him for 3 months extra. It's a trade-off. It's not it's the only ones where really good value where I don't mind saving were like when they did the 50 scout. That was a really good deal. I mean, you weren't getting trash. You got to see what you were getting.
But you had still to pull out your wallet every once in a while to finish things off if you can't get them. I mean, how much money did you spend on Jamirus?
100.
You one extra gem pack? That's it?
Yeah, that's all I needed to get it done because I just kept doing the free gem.
Well, you got lucky then. How many stamps did you do on him?
I had to do petty because you remember I got a copy of him for free off the tickets, and then I had to get it.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah, that's what got me. If I didn't get him off the tickets, I wouldn't have even fucking bothered.
Okay, that makes more sense. I forgot about that. It probably went through.
I got him on the podcast. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get fucked into spending 45k gems on this.
Chasing dupes after the pity, I think it's so scary.
No, I don't fucking do that.
No, that's whale.
And that's why I got lucky with CGM as well, because I got him off the tickets, and then I got like 2 copies, and then I did the shard, and he ended up being Awakening 3, and he's fucking awesome at Awakening 3.
Oh yeah, that's when he gets his dragon skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a nice difference in RTA as well. Like, I mean, it doesn't negate his hits or anything, obviously, but like it helps. You know, it can sometimes get him an extra.
It saved him. It saved him in a couple of times, and plus some people would auto, and they would just hit him normal, and he would actually heal back damage.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice dude. Having Bianca next to Sorrow, there were a couple of times where I get to, if the other team's faster than me but not very smart, if their team's not that great, it's like they keep trying to hit my Sorrow. He gets wartime heal, so on Sorrow, my first turn, Sorrow gets to start with a triple attack buff because of wartime more heal. It's like, all right, fuck your Erdrick, buddy.
Ugh.
By the way, Erdrick at 3 hearts, you're going to see a lot more 3-heart Erdricks now, so this has always been Sorrow. 3-heart Sorrows. You definitely have to keep his third perk in mind a lot more, where he gets, 1.5 when he's below 3% HP or something?
Yeah, he gets, like, Wrath.
Do you remember if it's one time only, or if it's just I don't recall. I
think it was one time only.
I know I got punished by that really hard. And it's also going to make it a lot easier for him to
because then Discontinuum does stupid damage. You get hit for like over 2k on a fucking Discontinuum when he's down that far.
Yeah, and he sure is fucking he's going to fuck up Erdrick's too. If he's below that threshold, he's going to one-shot Erdrick. So I don't know about a max awaken Erdrick, but it'll be a lot.
Let me see. I'm pulling it up now. I'm curious. I'm actually hoping to get a copy of him.
We have JM in here. JM did fucking amazing in RTA too, didn't he? He was like...
Well, yeah, because he's from Starfall. He knows how to play the game.
Yeah, but I mean, like, among the whales, he was like... Well, I think the leaderboard was more about dedication than anything else, but I saw that he was, top 1 or 2? I know Element was number 1 the last time I looked, but...
So, Sorrow, it just says, grants the user 1.5 time physical and spell potency if user's HP is under 20% or less on action start.
Oh, so it's permanent, it's not just a one hit?
It's permanent,
okay.
Yeah.
20%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, be careful if you don't knock out that Sorrow.
Or if he ends up going indomitable and you just comes around next turn and pops you.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I was happy I got that finally. Oh well. Yeah. So RTA. I don't know. What else is going on? What's your you give us a topic? What do you have to talk about?
I mean, realistically, I like how they haven't changed GVG at all. I mean,
Mhm.
it's still the same shit. We're literally bullying another guild this week, and they lost within an hour.
Chaser's got that as well today. I forgot that GVG just started. I've had so many other things on my mind that I'm not, not interested in GVG, but I'm not like hyped for it because there's so much other stuff going on.
Oh no, my exploits with real time matches aren't going to work because there's just too much. It'll work for lower tiers, but when trading, you're going to lose points later on. So I don't see it as being a viable option
I got to
because
tell
you
you,
could
Kage,
trade wins.
I think you got lucky. I think a 50% win rate for most players would be amazing.
Well, I backed the fuck out after I got Plat 5.
Yeah,
I stopped playing.
yeah,
I was like, no more. I took one loss, so I lost 30 points, and it's like, okay, I'm done.
yeah.
So thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, the way it actually works is gonna change when all the ranks are actually added in. You know, there's ranks that they kept out, right? Obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just like a stopgap.
yeah. I wonder if they're gonna add more for part two. What is there a? I think there's like one more day left of this first one. There's another practice session too. I
There's
don't.
another one. It's going to be a different arena. I'm not sure if it's going to be more close quartersy or if it's going to be
Couldn't be any
a
closer.
lot more spread out. Yeah, I mean at this point, might as well fucking hug the units.
Yeah, because I thought about using Diamond Slime, but when your entire enemy team can hit your entire team before Diamond Slime's turn, Diamond Slime doesn't do shit. So
So this one's going to go until 10:23. 10:23 is phase 1. 10:23 to 10:30 is phase 2.
mhm. Sorry, did you say the second one starts on 10:23 as well?
Yeah, it
Oh,
starts
okay.
on 10:23.
All right, so
The first one ends
there's
on
no time off.
10:23.
All right.
No, it just keeps going, and I think the weight limit is going to get reduced as well. So if people were trying to
Mm,
stack certain units, they're going to have to sacrifice something. I'll
mm.
end up sacrificing. I think I had Heel Slime in there. I'll have to remove him.
It's going to be a detriment to defense teams because I mean, it takes a good portion of your parts to set up defense. So points rather.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um. Good. I'll just be able to keep being brain dead and going in with my blitz team, and I will either get rolled by the guy that spent more money than me, or I will eventually get lucky and blitz somebody else, and it won't be fun for them. So
there you go. Now you're
yeah,
learning.
yeah, get to be just middle fish in a big pond. Um. Anyway,
Sweet. Yeah, and then one day you'll be able to do really well if you spend enough money.
yeah. What I'm hoping for, I was gonna get to this. I'm talking about saving for celebration units. Like, look, man, event, with a little bit, it's definitely relying on luck. But right now, if you had saved all your gems for the last 6 months, you went big on all the 48s and the 3.0 banner and whatnot. You could be a player that ends up getting a lot of 2, 3 heart units that DQ6, DQ7 units, things like that, which might not help you this minute, but when they blossom, you're gonna be a big dog. you
This
know?
is me we're talking about here. I don't save for anything, and I just hope everything works out.
Yeah. I think they're really
Yeah.
punishing that dude.
I'll be fine.
But
I've got Hybrid.
yeah.
Nobody thought that was going to be useful.
Oh,
Joke's on all you
and
fuckers.
it's already been useful, but if you're doing a blitz, Queen Slime Blossom is terrific. She's really fast. She's got a lot of HP. I hate seeing Queen Slime in RTA. Gem Slime
Fucking
apparently
charm.
really has a spot. Somebody told me that Gem Slime would have a spot,
He
and
can heal. He can do some
well,
good healing.
this is the first content where Golden Multi Heal is actually useful because of all the CGMs. So
Yeah, you could actually get some health back and recoup and counter.
yeah. Zoma's Blossom comes in 4 days now on Wednesday. You excited?
That's what I'm waiting for. Well,
Did you?
I've got a max away Kinzoma, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
waiting.
that's right. That was during your prime. Yeah, you got him. Did you save mats for him, or are you waiting for the reset?
I fucking saved mats for him. I don't have Erdrick, so it's
di-
all going to Zoma.
I didn't bother, man. Fuck that. I'll wait 5 days. I'll blossom him on the first.
No, he's going to get blossomed right away, and then I'm going to take him into real time arena and just fuck people up and take off all their buffs and everything.
But Anyway, yeah, like I said, so there's a handful of units that have been kind of meh so far that you're getting rewarded for. Golden Slime is kind of one, or Golden Gem Slime rather is kind of one of them. Queen Slime was already useful, but I don't know. RTA, she seemed really scary, more so than she was in like RTA and stuff, or GVG rather.
Wait, especially with this map because of how close it is, you could just, as long as nothing gets in her way, she could just go down and randomly charm.
And if it's an enemy's blitz team, yeah, not only is she getting up there and hitting a lot of stuff, now she's in your fucking way. You know,
Yeah,
that was the thing. There's if something comes up and sits right in front of your team, yeah, I was like, great. Now I have to take down this HP sponge first. So, or at least it's going to, yeah, it's you might be able to you can get around her, but it's going to cost you movement now. So.
yeah, it's a blocker that you want to kill.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's a little early to pass judgment, but I don't know. Like I said, I was just surprised that there's they're not even pretending not to favor whales heavily in it. Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't they? They're the people who make them the most money.
Yeah. You think there should be match limits of some sort, a win limit or something? I mean, it's literally the biggest loser wins.
I mean, realistically, after a certain point, you shouldn't be getting matched up with people of a certain rank. Like, I can't see once these other ranks are up. I mean, I would hope that people who get to like, master rank or whatever would be able to fight platinum people. That'd be kind of fucked.
From what I remember reading, so it's still going to be possible, but you lose a lot less points if you lose to somebody lower rank. So the reason that you lost like 30 points when you lost was probably because you lost to somebody that was still like silver or something like that. Somebody that was still working their way up.
Oh, no, I lost a platinum 5 guy. And I lost 30 points. I lost to fucking Zenith Pup.
I don't think it's supposed to be that much, but I could be wrong. I thought it was.
I was wondering if it was because it's platinum. I don't know, though. I just got scared, saw it, and was like, fuck this. I'm out.
You're supposed to lose more if you lose to somebody lower rank, and you're supposed to not lose as much, like maybe just a couple points, if you lose to somebody that's higher rank. And it changes, too. So depending on how high they are above you. So if you're still in gold and some Diamond League badass whoops your ass, you're going to lose like 2 points.
See, at least that's okay.
And you
that
win
I'm
more,
okay
too.
with.
You will win more.
Right.
If you take
if you win, you get like 160 points. I mean, I beat somebody in Platinum 5 coming up, and I got 160 points, and I was like, oh, shit, okay.
I wouldn't be... Now, right now, there's no penalty for losing in the beginning, but I think just for frustration and living really, however you want to put it, I can see, like, day one being just like, nope, that's whale day. That's when the whales go in, beat each other with their big old dicks, and then the scrubs, the minnows, get to come in and feed on day 2, 3, whatever. Like, because, I mean, apparently you only drop 5 ranks every time, so it might change, but, like, yeah.
As long as you can get to the next tier, you're safe. It's just getting to that tier could be a fucking frustrating experience.
At the very least, the first hour, the first session, the whales are going to be the same rank as you, so you may as well just hold off. But yeah, so it's supposed to be in the future when you do like have real ranks and there's going to be higher ranks. It says that each iteration of the tournament is going to only drop you 5 levels. Like the Blossom Doors, if that makes more sense.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So if you end up at Master 1, you go back to like Master 5.
Well, yeah, whatever is 5 levels below that, I guess. Which I get. Yeah. So there's, knowing that, I forget.
1.
Yeah, there's 5 parts in a rank, so I guess you would probably drop to the highest of the rank below, I guess. So what I just described probably isn't going to be a thing after the first one, but yeah, like for the very first day of real RTA, just fucking save yourself the effort day 1. Because the whales are still going to get there in their day 1. The PvP diehards are still going to go in there. They're still going to beat their heads against
I just don't get why people are still grinding this out if they're not going to gain anything from the extra points. That confuses the fuck out of me.
Why are people still going for perfect scores in regular arena? It's just a dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point. I mean, in comparison, there's a point to normal arena, but no, there's no point in normal arena. I mean, you need more. You need more coins. Honestly, I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking about getting some of those Omni materials. Do they have S rank ones in there? Yeah, they have S
I
rank
think
Omni
they do.
materials. There's a couple of weapons that I would like to S roll. You know that shitty alchemy stone dungeon that they force on us every month or two now.
Ugh.
It would look exciting, like, oh, I can get Omni alchemy stones here, but it's like you get the S rank ones like 1 out of 10 times, and it'll be like for a helmet or an axe or something. Like,
Yeah, you're not getting what you actually want out of there. It's
yeah, there's a
you're at
couple
the
of S
mercy.
rank weapons I would like to re-roll. It's like, no, I don't have any for that. I'm saving the sword ones for the RTA sword because it's a really good HP weapon, which I won't be able to get rolls on. But I think I've got like 7 Omni S rank things, so I'm just saving them for that. But yeah, anyway, that dungeon that they force on us for Omni materials would be fun if it actually dropped good Omni materials.
No.
It's not like they don't charge a bajillion gold still. It's not like tomes where it's less gold to use the Omni materials. It's just exactly the same. You don't get better rolls. It doesn't cost less. So I can't believe they haven't changed the weapon reroll system. I went back and I realized
it's
that
lucrative for them though. It's it gets people to spend gold. It gets them to come in. I mean, the only thing I wish they did was if you had all these extra materials after you got a perfect roll, that you could turn those extra weapons into gold or stones or something to be used elsewhere. Because if you have 300 copies of an A rank weapon you once farmed and you've got full rainbows or whatever on it, you're not going to ever re-roll on that weapon again.
I looked back through my box. I think it was after the first night of RTA. I'm like, I need some HP weapons maybe. So I looked and I realized like this is a weapon that I don't really use in it. It also goes up to like, HP rolls in the 70s. Let's try this. And I can't get a triple HP weapon, man. Some of these I had a lot of copies left, so I had a lot of opportunities for rolls. Couldn't get I cannot get a triple HP weapon to save my life. Oh. We got 20 people in here tonight. You and I are big shit.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure why Pac stopped doing Arena Watch podcast. You can get Nibs to come co-host. He's free.
Has Nips popped his head back up anywhere?
I don't think so. I think he's smart and he's done.
There's been 1 or 2 people that come in to my Discord and people are like, this guy's weird. Do you think he's Nibs? I'm like, no, it's not Nibs. Nibs doesn't ask questions.
No, he knows better than to ask questions.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to ask questions.
He
Nibs already
the
knows.
answer.
And fuck you if you try to tell him. Hey, that button is actually over there on the left. You think I don't fucking know where that fucking button is? I'm so much smarter than you. How dare you?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Good times.
Let's see. Fuck. What else is going on? If I'm the brain power here, we're fucked.
Yeah, because there's not much else. I mean, it
feels like a lot.
They addressed the cheaters. They took care of that. They extended the event. They've given us a lot of content, and not a lot of content. I mean, there's stuff here.
GVG has made me think. Has anybody been tracking how many gems we get a month? Are we actually getting a decent chunk more in gems for free every month? Or do you think they've taken it out from somewhere else? Because now we have guild CP whatever you call the gems we get from guild CP. We get GVG rather, gems.
Well, look at it this way: if you have like a stam cap every month, if you have a requirement that they need to get, you're not really getting more. And most of these guilds are like, you've got to contribute X, Y, and Z every month. So when you do get the gems back,
and it's not even close to worth it.
No, it's not, because even if you get top 30 or top 10, if you had to spend 2,000 gems and refreshes to get it, you've lost.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because just having everybody do a couple of gem refreshes isn't going to change your thing. So, because yeah, I mean, I think Chasers is in the 60s right now on CP or yeah CP contributions, and we're not even close to top 30.
I think we're 19.
Yeah, I saw you guys were higher than usual this month. I think.
Yeah, because we went hard on that event when we thought, we only had a week to fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
Jackasses.
Um, oh, so yeah, like I said, we get a good amount of gems on the first, especially if you it's not the first, but around near the end of the month is when you get your
Right, which is
GVG
what I'm
vouchers.
waiting for, because then I'll just use those free gems and do my last
Doing
pull
the
and get
same
my
thing. I mean,
best
we're
ranks.
gonna get another 1,500 to 2,500 gems for GVG probably, and then 2,000 for the Blossom Doors, and my guild gets Chasers. We're gonna get 1,250. That's just a guarantee right now on CP contribution. So I
And
don't
it's
know if
better
they.
off that way, because you could go crazy and try and work your way up, but then there's no guarantee you'll get the next bracket, and people spend a lot more gems than,
Yeah,
you know.
if you got 20 members that are moderately active, you're gonna make top 100.
Oh,
And then,
easily.
dude, even CG13 isn't even full, and we're well within the top 500, which is the next break off. So 101 to 500 is 1,000, and then 30 to 100 is 1,250. So it just doesn't even 250 doesn't even get you a fucking single. So who cares? But
Nah, it doesn't get you shit.
but yeah, most people are gonna get probably 1,000 for their GVG fights. Anybody in a halfway decent guild, it's pretty easy because Platinum 1 is 1,600, I think, right? Or 1,500 maybe. I think it's 1,500 for Plat 1 and Masters 2 is 16. Masters 3 is 9, I think.
Plat one's 1400, Master one's 2500, and then Master 2 is 16.
Okay. And Master 3 isn't that much lower, I don't think, right?
1250.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, they're not. Look, it's a nice amount of gems. It's enough to strive for. But, like I said, even average players, as long as you're not in a completely shit guild and or you got really unlucky, you can get like 1,000 gems a month there. So, a lot more people are beating the Blossom Doors now too. That's a nice chunk of gems every month. So, I want to say that I think gems per month are going up, but they could very easily just give us less gems in other places where we don't realize. Like, they give us very small pockets of gems intermittently, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some stages where instead of gems, you get just like drops or something, and they take out from there. Or some games, after a while, what they do is they diminish the rewards. I've noticed that in Octa, like some of the rewards they have for in-game activities as the game goes on, it seems like they're starting to give less now.
Well, I like to remind people, like, when a new section of the event comes out, like, yeah, we're going to get all the gems from the stages. And I'm like, of course I have to dash, everyone's good time. I'm like, you really don't get that many gems from new stages, right? It's 50 to 80 per stage, and there's not always that many of them, because they don't give us easy, normal, and hard anymore. Sometimes we get and they split it up in between part 1, 2, and 3 now. They didn't do that for the first year for the most part, but yeah, if you get 2 stages of story, 5 stages each, we'll say none of them are read only, which usually one is. You've got 10 more stages, that's 800 gems, and then maybe there will be a farm zone that has another like 400 gems in there, or
It would take you
800
38
gems.
stages to get enough gems to do a 10 pull.
Yeah, it's just they don't even give us that many. So yeah, you go through basically all the content in a night. You open your present box, you got like 2,000 gems. You know, that's most of the gems from the entire event there. So, yeah, the gems add up very slowly, so it's hard to track where you're really getting them. 1,000 gems is a lot in this game when they give that out, and it doesn't get you anything. You just have to keep saving and saving and saving. So they add up eventually, but it's so slow.
I'm surprised when they gave us that 500 gems for the maintenance bullshit or whatever, the compensation.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty shit compensation, but in this game, that's amazing.
Right, because normally we wouldn't even get 500. We
I
just thought we were getting the 2 herbs and that was it.
I just want to punch people, and they're like, "We got 60 gems." I'm like, "Are you a fucking idiot? Like that's that's literally nothing. That's that's a refresh." Ugh. Well, they could have given us nothing. I'd rather they gave us nothing. I'd rather have nothing.
I'd rather have nothing than something minuscule.
Mm. Oh well.
Because if you bitch and you get more, and obviously us complaining and things have gotten at least something more, so it works to some extent.
It's so hard to say. We'll never know.
No, we'll never know if there's a real impact or not. But
Yeah. But like I said, man, I just hope that we're 1-1 after this. Like I was talking about like an hour ago now. Like we're not we know that whenever they change anything, it's worse for global, right? I mean, no exaggeration there. They've never made a change that was good for us. So just copy paste, please. Just direct copy. Oh, what about Christmas units? Give them to me in March. I don't want them. I don't want them in Christmas. Well, wouldn't it be kind of silly? I don't. We already know, man. Although I'm surprised
half these games don't stick with seasonal anyway. Back when I was playing, what was it? The other Square game, Romancing Saga.
Mm.
Like Christmas was one of the first events they did, and that was in the middle of summer. So it was just like
It was when the Disgaea game came out, and like they started with Christmas, and I'm like, lucky them. At least they're not gonna get fucked. Well, I think Disgaea ended up being pretty bad, but
oh yeah, because it's not a real. It wasn't even a real Disgaea game. Actually, Dragon Quest Tact was more Disgaea than Disgaea was.
Whatever that means.
From how the gameplay is, basically the gameplay in Tact actually reflects the Disgaea
was
series.
Disgaea like turn based or something like that?
It was tile based movement, attacking with units, kind of like how we have it in Tact. And the Disgaea mobile game was just like an auto battler.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's a lot of them, and some of those are really popular. What I don't understand are the gotchas about that are all about the big titty waifus, but that's only their card art, and in battle they're just SNES sprites.
Yeah, I don't get any of that. Like it's like, oh, here's this, she doesn't have any clothes on. She's SSR rank. She's really good. And the fucking advertisements all do the same thing. I didn't have to spend $1 to get this. I just put this code in. Like, bull fucking shit.
Yeah. Fuck. Let me see. I always feel like, man, I always feel like I just about had a point, but.
Well, apparently Pax says you almost had a penis too.
It's in there somewhere. I've been told it's there.
Well, there you go, Pac.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So our GVG matchup today. I feel it's amazing how many good players are in just random shit guilds. Because the guild we're going against, there's some real solid teams on there, at least like 5 or 6 of them, and then there's teams that aren't even leveled. They're like noobs that started like this month or something like that.
Oh, I love that. Those are free kills.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, dude, I've got more new players in my Discord than ever before. I don't know about you on your end, although I've made.
I just don't bother. I don't bother with new players.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody's
that's
gotta
all
try
you.
to help them out.
Yeah.
That's what I make. Nobody cares about my videos anymore, so I just try to make new player guides to help people out. But I've never. I mean, I am focusing on new players more than ever, but I've never had this many noobs in my Discord before.
It's because of all the stuff going on with Erdrick and these extra
they
banners.
Haven't announced it anywhere. How would anybody even know? There's no advertising.
They send out some emails once in a while. That's about the extent of their marketing. Yeah, sometimes I'll get a Dragon Quest email, and if you're on the chain, and you'll find out some other shit. It's either one of their IPs or they're trying to sell you random Final Fantasy VII figurines.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get the Final Fantasy VII ones, and they're I mean, I like FF7, but those things are.
I'm not paying $130 for a fucking cross-dressing Cloud. Sorry,
that's one of the cheaper ones, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, probably because he's cross-dressing. They took $70 off.
Pac Demon, you guys got TWR round 1? Oh, wow. Better you than some other guy, I guess. Fuck. Although
Well,
I guess,
TWR's fucked. They're not going to win against them.
yeah, that sucks. I didn't realize how many big whales were in TWR because I think I saw a lot of those guys dominating RTA.
I hope they're not going to be dominating GVG now that they're getting pushed to platinum.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're right at an hour and a half. I think we're out. Do you want to ramble or?
Oh, I'm good. I'm probably going to go play some PS5 downstairs. All those new Dragon Quest games on premium.
Yeah, is that
God bless.
what are you doing? Heroes or you're not playing 11? I got, right?
Builders. I'm
Builders.
playing build. Oh,
Okay.
well, actually, I'm gonna probably play 11 as well because I was reading up what the definitive edition has, and it has like a 2D mode. I'm like,
Oh, it sucks, dude. It's not.
oh god damn it!
It's
Really?
look up like a screenshot of it or a
Okay,
gameplay
let me
video.
look now.
The text box is unreadable. I fucking hate because there's a section at the end. I can't remember if it was in the normal one. No, I think they added it. I can't recall where you have to go to Tickington. I don't remember if that was in the base game or not. And you play through the old sections in 2D, and I hate it. I hate the 2D in DQ11, and I was very excited for it because I thought it would be normal. It's terrible. And it's also not grid based either, so like you just move around oddly. No, dude, it's really, really, really bad, and it's not that easy to switch back and forth. It's
Looking at the text boxes now.
it's just really badly done. Also, this is another thing that you're spoiled with modern Dragon Quest. No HP bar. Yeah, so you better remember what your unit's max HP is.
So wait, there's not even like DQ1 where you could see their HP.
You can see their HP, but there's no bar. I know this sounds like a minor thing, but it's annoying. It's like, wait a minute, is Veronica like at 30% HP, or does she just have really shitty HP?
Also, you have to remember the number at the end of the battle.
Yeah, I mean, it's just annoying that you can't tell if they're weak or if they could use a heal. It's a small thing, but I don't know. Just I believe me, man. Combat in 2D mode feels awful. I hate it, and they also changed it up so that it's more like the old type. Everybody attacks at the same time. I think. Well, not at the same time, but you choose. It's round based instead of individual action. It's a step back, and it's a bad step back while you've already been playing a game that gave you modern conveniences too. But yeah, no, it just looks terrible. It looks awful.
Okay, let's see. I'm watching somebody play this now.
Yeah, Hutch says it's bad. Did somebody else do?
I can't believe anything Hutch says, though. He's compulsively lying.
I don't think I've talked with Hutch much. Did you catch my interview with your ex-boyfriend?
Nah, I don't bother watching anything he has to say.
He's a cool guy. And I teased him when he jumped on Discord with me. I'm like, wait, you're not like 400 pounds or something. You look like a normal guy. What are you playing DQT
Yeah,
for?
he makes money.
Yeah.
Not sure doing what. Probably drugs.
I would. Well, I mean, the amount he spends, I imagine that drugs were involved. So, sorry, Game Vision.
All right, so random encounters. I'm looking at it now. Okay, no HP bar. I see that because it's just based off of what you have. So you have to actually remember the HP of the units and.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like a minor thing, but it's really annoying when you're doing it.
Oh, I mean, I played lots of old games where there's shit like this. It doesn't seem that bad, although it's it actually reminds me of Phantasy Star. Looking at this right now, watching this 2D, it reminds me of the old Phantasy Star games on Sega Genesis.
I don't know. All I know is I was excited for it, and it's shitty. Like,
Well, see, the thing is, you would be excited for this if you were still like a 6-year-old kid playing this, because this is something tailored towards when, we were like kids, and now trying to go back and play the style of game, it's just...
No, I still enjoy playing older style Dragon Quest games. I fucking love them, dude. I play Dragon Warrior 1 all the time. It doesn't have the right feel, and I don't know, that's obviously not a very good description. It doesn't
right, because what is it lacking for you to...
It doesn't play as well as one of the old Dragon Quest games. It's not right. it's just not right. I don't know how else
Well,
to put
what's
it.
not
It's
right? Because I mean, original Dragon Quest didn't have the HP bar thing either.
no, but I mean, yeah, they changed that after a while. But like, I can't put my finger on. It's not right, dude. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Maybe it's just because you're going from a because they have a thing called Tickington where you go back and you do scenarios in the old games. Although they're all 16 bits, so it's like when I'm back in I'm back in Tantagel. Why is this 16 bit anyway? And they do that. Obviously 8 and 9 are still 8, 9, 10 are still 16 bit. But no, it just feels terrible. Maybe it's because you're being taken out of 3D gameplay and you're just playing for a little bit in the 2D, but it's really bad, man. You'll find out, man. Give it a shot, but
I might.
it also
I think the
restarts
thing to
whatever
do
like
is-
chapter they consider you on. So it's going
Well,
to
see,
progress
I
you
went
back a
and
little bit in the
saw
story.
to see if what was it because I had Dragon Quest 11. And I was like, oh, let me just grab my save file, and it's like, oh, I can't bring my save file over to this edition.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
I was
didn't
like,
try
oh,
too hard with the
okay.
different ports and whatnot.
No, they didn't. I'm like,
And
okay. I guess I can't continue.
I heard that like the PS4 version, the non 11S I heard that when they ported 11S to the PlayStation, it's with the Switch settings. So the original version actually looked better. It's probably pretty small details, and maybe I was
Oh,
wrong,
so
and maybe they fixed it. But
so I basically had the superior version of the game back when I bought it in like 2017 or whatever.
graphically, yeah, I believe that
Jesus.
is the case.
God, that's like Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition all over again.
I don't remember what they added in 11. It wasn't necessarily worth a new playthrough. But like, I mean,
I
if you
think
played
that
11
your
like a
emo
year
was
ago
the big
or
thing.
something, and you can get 11S cheap, sure, get it. But you know,
I mean, I played it and beat it back when it first came out, and you know, we have it on the premium. You know, it's there, it's extra. I have it with the service. I was just like looking at it, like, is
I
there
don't.
any reason to go back and play this? And I'm just like tilting my head looking at it, like,
I think
I
this is
have
some.
it.
They're starting to do this to milk more money from RPGs too, like Persona 5 Royal not being an update, like them making it an entirely new game. Like, look, here's the thing. Atlas doesn't have a big budget. I think maybe they're getting more popular now, but like whatever. I'll throw Atlas some extra money, and also you could always just fucking wait. You could just not play it. But Persona 5 not being Royal, not being DLC was kind of shitty. But Dragon Quest 11S is definitely a very minor upgrade. And you
Wasn't
lose
Royal
the
just an extra chapter? Essentially, it's like if
no, there's
you
no
know,
extra
you beat.
chapter in it. I don't think. I don't remember
Well,
what they added.
I thought they added an extra chapter. I still never went back to play it because I beat the original. I got the extra ending in Persona 5, which that in itself was like 100 hours. That
Yeah,
took fucking forever.
it added a good
But
amount of content. It didn't add an extra 60 hours of content, but you know what? If you want to compare Persona 5 just regular edition to other games, how dare you complain about the price? You easily get 100 hours plus on your first
yeah,
playthrough. You know, like I said, if you don't pay $60 for R, that's your choice. But
I'll wait. They'll probably throw it on premium at some point, and then I'll go back and play it
I
when
know that
we
you
get
can
it
get
with
R for
service.
$20 if you're waiting for a sale now, 30 tops, yeah. And that's the thing,
But I don't
when
even
people
have to anymore.
when
That's the nice thing about PlayStation, though.
yeah, well yeah, when people complain about prices on PlayStation and Xbox games, I'm like, dude, wait 6 months, it'll be half the price. You know?
Yeah, or now just wait and see if it'll actually show up on the service
Yeah,
that you're paying monthly for. Because, I mean, I wasn't going to buy Dragon Quest Builders 2 or 1, but it's there. I'll fucking play it. I'm like,
yeah.
sure, it's
I
part of the service. I'll give it a go.
I wish I liked sandbox games like that more. Like I don't like Minecraft, dude. So
I
there's no appeal.
I've never played Minecraft
It,
before,
it
but
looks
it's
cute.
know,
Like it looks
it's
like an interesting game, but yeah, not my
so
thing.
far it's fun. It's a little tedious with some of the building and things.
Yeah, I got
I'm
to
like
chapter
hoping
2 or something. Yeah,
yeah, I'm on like the farm and I'm just waiting to when I could actually break bigger blocks so I could try and like dig down as far as fucking possible into the world and get into some shenanigans.
yeah. I wish I'd got. I wish I could get to the part where I don't know if you're aware of this. It's supposed to be an alternate. It goes off the alternate ending to Dragon Warrior 1. Um, so it's gonna have like the Dragon Lord stuff in there. I think anything with the Dragon Lord is cool, but um, I can't. I'm not going to say it's a bad game. It's just not a game for me. So yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's definitely interesting because it's like your companion is named Malroth, and Malroth
Oh, well,
is,
that's Builders 2. Yeah.
that's built. Yeah, that's the one I'm playing. I was like, if I'm going to play one, I might as well play the most recent one. So I'll just go for playing Builders 2. And if I like it, I'll go back and play the first one after. I was like, oh, cool. The guy's name is Malroth. It's based off of, Hargun's cult and all this other shit. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, let's see where this goes. But it's just like there's a part of it where I don't know, the combat isn't too bad. I thought the combat would be worse in this game, but if you've played Heroes, the combat isn't that awful for this little Builders game.
Now I only played Builders 1. Builders 2 might be better. So Jen's
saying
better.
She liked 1 better, which maybe I'll like 1 when I go and play it later.
But yeah, I mean there is some, I don't know if I'd call it story in there, but yeah, there's obviously a background at least, so I don't know how valuable it is to play 1 before 2.
It's one of those things where you know what? Fuck it, I'll play it later. Jen saying the story is good, so I'll go back and play it later because it doesn't look like, from what I've played so far, they mentioned 1 at all. So it seems like it's kind of like 2 different stories. It's kind of like Zelda games, where Zelda games are all over the place and they're all their own self-contained stories.
By the way, did you realize that the 3.0 event was a contest? Because it turns out it was, and Gen won. Gen won 3.0. Yeah.
What? How'd she win?
Jen, tell him. Tell him what you did. Tell him what you got. There's going to be a delay. It's going to take. Jen got. Dude, I think I'll put it this way. She jumped like 100 or 200 CP slots, which is obviously the most important thing that you can go for in this game.
What did she do? Did she send Malcolm some photos?
You know what? I never thought about accusing her of whoring herself, but that's honestly like the most likely scenario. Oh God! I hope her husband doesn't feel like driving to New York, because I've been getting more risque with the insults towards Jen. Anyway, dude, she got like I don't know, 30 new units or something like that. No, I'm exaggerating, but not by much.
Okay, so she just had some really good luck with pulling shit.
Oh, I thought that was obvious by now. Yeah, she pulled a ludicrous amount of copies of Awakenings and new units. Tickets till the end? No, dude, she pulled her ticket every day like I do. She
I don't
posts
fucking
them all on her
that
YouTube
shit. I just
channel.
go.
Then
I just go for it.
Did you post the last day yet? I was actually looking on my YouTube subs. I'm like, where the fuck is Jen's video?
How many units is Jen missing though in the almanac?
A lot less now. A lot less. I think. I don't know. She got 2 copies of Fallen Angel Corvus, I think, but she didn't have it. So, do you have Fallen Angel Corvus yet, Kage?
Yeah, I've had him since.
So it's dual
July.
that you can't get.
I actually got him during the event, so I got Dolmagus, I got Hargon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hargon.
I cleaned up pretty well. Yeah, I got Hargon as well, and I blossomed him a little bit just to.
Well, is he awakened, or you just got a copy of Hargon?
Just got a copy.
Okay.
Yeah. Sadly.
That was I drew my Awakening. I think it was Awakening 1 on Hargon during the 1.5, and even knowing about his Blossom, I was heartbroken for 1 second, and I was like, "Oh no, wait! This is literally what I wanted more than anything else." Oh, you put your video up a while ago? Yeah. By the way, there's like 3 people that make content for this game, and unfortunately 2 of them are Kage and I. So make sure you guys go sub to Cygnus Jen. Jen, throw a link up in the chat. Go sub to Jen. Her videos aren't as good as mine, but she's trying. Shut up, Kage. My videos are better than yours too. You suck.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't do this for a living.
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to be sucking a lot this week. You said the wife's gone.
She's gone. I mean, I'm here with the 7 pets, so it's just like I'm gonna go sit downstairs, play some PS5 until 4 a.m., pass out, and get some Korean barbecue later tomorrow.
Mm.
That's the extent of my plans.
Sounds good. Okay, fuck you. That's actually making me hungry. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, there in the description. That's a link to Jen's channel. So, yeah, I gotta pee. You just made me hungry, so call it a night.
Yeah, so I mean, before I go, in terms of new units, I got Godwind, I got Mortagon, Hargon, Dolmagus, Angelo, in terms of like noteworthy ones, and then I got a bunch of A. I even got Terry. I got Terry's not going to be bad because he's going to get his blossom.
Dude, I'm missing 4 A ranks now. I just want to have all the A ranks. That would be cool. And one of them is in the general pool, so I'm missing like three A ranks that I can't get in the general pool.
I'm missing 42 units in the almanac right now, so I cleaned up. I got like 15 new units I didn't have.
Yeah, I think I topped at like 97 or 99 on the CP board, but then other people got stuff they were missing too. So.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna.
But
people are gonna be jumping up all over the place. I'm just lucky to be top 200 still without spending like a fucking psycho.
Yeah. Oh, you farming gold weekend dungeon?
I have to because I bought out most of the gold store for the fuck of it.
Oh, that's right. You still don't want gold. Although, well, so you said you're down to a 500,000 gold?
Yeah, 400K right now.
You might wanna pass on Erdrick because you can't afford them.
Yeah, well, I might not get Erdrick, so there's that too.
Yeah.
Might go for Zenlong first. We'll see. See what happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, now I gotta put my dick pic on the screen too. How many units am I missing in the almanac? I think it's like 1 page.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So how many? 21. And
That's not bad at all.
3 of them are die units, the S ranks. So.
Oh well, you're never gonna see those again.
Yep. So 4 of them are general pool S units now. And 1, yeah. So 5 of them are actually in the general pool: Forest Dragon and Dimension Dragon, and Marquis, and Crystalinda. Oh man, I'm upset that I don't have Santa Crystalinda.
Well, you have a chance to get her now. For some reason, they finally decided to put her in there.
But it's fun. A couple people asked about Godwin. And they're like, "Is Godwin good?" And I'm like, honestly, nobody knows because nobody even read the text on that unit. They're like, okay, he does something when he dies, so if that's a major part of his kit, we don't give a shit because you're not allowed to die in anything. Also, it came out between Greynarl Corvus and Fallen Angel Corvus, so absolutely nobody had any fucks to give about Godwin.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking over his stuff. It doesn't seem, you had to be either fully retarded to max this guy out or just looking to, you're a whale because he gets a reflective barrier. Oh, a barrier that reflects spells for 2 turns. That's not bad, but that's what, weaken 3?
Mm.
Yeah, this is more of a guy for like, I don't know, mastery. This is a mastery unit. That's all he is to me.
Yeah. But
I would not orb that guy.
No. So I mean, next year he'll get a strong blossom.
Well, yeah, next year.
I don't know. I wonder if maybe. Well, JP's next anniversary celebration is only their 2.5. I'm wondering if maybe they're gonna combine, not necessarily combine, but like at the same time, do some of these first year boss blossoms that we were talking about because.
Like Estark would really like a fucking Estark blossom.
Estark,
right about
Manslayer,
now.
and
Yeah.
Grandmaster Nimzo is the oldest of those, but he sorely needs a blossom. His lowering stats is not irrelevant, but it's not what it was. And it was still
more.
Pretty rare.
He can definitely do more.
Yeah. So yeah, though I mean those units are all worthless now.
And I mean, I've got both of them. I've got Estark and Manslayer Sorrow at 3 stars. They're just gonna sit there. Maybe I'll get another unit.
I was thinking, what is it? Estark. Okay, Estark needs a blossom, but anybody that says Estark is did I call him useless before? I think I confuse Sorrow and Manslayer and Estark. Estark is still useful. It's his range that's a huge issue. Estark can
He
still
just
knock some
got
heads around.
replaced, though. He just got replaced in Blossom. I mean, he used to have a
Yeah,
really good place in floor 25 at Blossom. He was really good there, but then as all these better units came along, it's like, well, there's no
if
reason to bring him
we
anymore.
get a giant boss battle that's weak to Zam or even type neutral, that'd be nice. Um, I
You don't
think the
get those anymore.
Yeah, I know. And what was annoying was they were giving them to us like back to back for a while or every other event. And I'm like, fucking knock
They
them
just
off.
like got bored, or they fired the guy who makes big units, and they're
Yeah,
like, well, we don't need you anymore. We're just going to go to 8 units in a fucking map now.
yeah. Well, I would imagine that they would hate the big unit guy. But
Eh.
haha, dick joke. Yeah, it's like okay, we haven't had one of these for like 6 months now. Give us another one. But oh well. Anyway, yeah, they really need to blossom some of those guys. They're getting so old now. Because we've blossomed most of the first year of the game now at this point in JP.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, even Dread Dragon got a Blossom.
Yeah. So I mean, JP is 2.25 years into their in right now. You know, they're 2 years and 3 months, just about. And the DQ7 was well, so it was just DQ7 was followed up directly by 6, right? You had Dragon after. Did Dragon come after 6? They already blossomed those guys though.
Yeah, they were all blossomed at this point. I mean, the only things that really got neglected are like the random story A ranks haven't gotten any blossoms. Like Lucifer, he never got a blossom. Any of the
Yeah.
other units, I don't think. I
Yeah.
mean, did they?
Man, you really got to reward people that went for uh, Lucifer. It's just not. It's not fair. Yeah. So okay. So things that came after. Yeah. So they did the dragons. They did DQ7. If they were to go in release order, the beast units, Marquis and Hellsguard, are due for one after 7. But yeah, and then it's Barbados, and then yeah. So after DQ7, it was just the beasts and Barbados before 6. So like I said, it can't be terribly long till 6. Maybe another 2 months tops.
I
Obviously,
mean,
that's not
plus
a
they still
guarantee,
got
but
what? There's only 2 more in the general pool that need to get blossomed from the original pool. It's what Troll and Emperor Slime.
yep. Those are the only 2 left, and then I don't think they've blossomed anything after that, right?
I don't
Because
think
you know
so.
the timing of things that get blossomed is not always, you know, they've jumped ahead a couple of times, but I
Right.
guess
Sometimes we get things a little bit earlier when they blossom them, or they get packaged in with some other stuff.
yeah, I forget. I mean, if looking at the JP timeline of where we are, I mean, we're basically 2 years into the game now, even though it's only a year and a half, but a year and 3/4. But yeah, so they haven't blossomed anything past the 1 year. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, I guess I don't see why they wouldn't blossom the beast units next. And maybe they just skipped right to 6, but yeah.
We'll see. I'm just hoping that some of my other older units get some blossoms, because Zoma being upgraded was fucking nice. Zoma's going to be a good addition.
Yeah, I guess I'm glad that they slowed down a little bit. So I mean, we can actually. I don't know. It's just never enough
I
blossom
just go and
material.
play other shit. I just go and like, well, I'm gonna go play some other games today.
Yeah.
Go play some
What are you playing?
Octopath.
You said you're gonna play Dragon Quest. Yeah. You done with Evolution?
Um, what's Evolution?
Gundam.
No, well, I mean, I finished the season pass. I get on sometimes and play, but I'm done with the season pass, and
Oh,
unless
okay.
they add new units, it's just kind of waiting around.
Yeah. But
There's not much incentive to play. The only incentive right now is to log in for the beginner bonus, where you finish all the tasks and then you have to wait 8 days to get the fucking reward.
well, all right. Well, anyway. Yeah. So I'm tired, bored, hungry. Got to pee. Let's sign off.
Yeah,
Say
we're
goodbye,
good for
everyone.
today.
All right. I know that's a terrible ending, but
Yeah,
there we
I
go.
gotta pee. Bye bye, Mau Mau.
Later, guys.